Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 191. Hi, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers, and you are listening to Friday Fundamentals. Hey, welcome back for another short segment. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode. I'm so glad you're here. This week's Friday Fundamental is problems and solutions. For every problem, there are 1,000,001 different solutions, perspectives, and approaches. The solution is in the eye of the beholder. No matter what we do in life, we'll face problems that we have to deal with. I say deal with because not all problems necessarily have to be solved. You can take the classic ignore the problem approach, let someone else solve it, or a number of different options. In fact, there are more problems in this world than you can solve, so you have to choose to ignore some of them, or at least be content with not being able to solve every problem. Now, problems oftentimes are opportunities. They can show us where we can improve, what's working and what's not working, and teach us how to overcome those challenges. We as people tend to be a bit conceited. Admit it. Sometimes we think we are special, unlike anyone else. We even more so think our problems are special and unique to only us. Now sure, we are all individuals and unique in our own sense, but you might be surprised how similar our problems are. Each and every one of us share at least some of the same problems, from time constrictions to financial capacity to finding our purpose and living a fulfilling life, etc. In an effort to solve our own problems, we, or at least I, have the tendency to overcomplicate things. We think we have to develop some grand plan with tons of moving parts and have everything exactly planned out in order to solve that problem. However, this is often just not the case. The solution to any problem starts with your perspective. Let's take a look at how to approach problems. When faced with a problem, you can either solve it, not solve it, or ignore it. Every problem is like a coin. On one side, you have the problem, and the other, you have the solutions. Here are a few different ways you can approach a problem. 1. Search for the simple solution. Problems usually aren't as big as they may seem in the present. Think back to a time when you faced a problem. What was it? How did you handle it? What solution did you provide? Now looking back, was that problem as big as you thought it was in that moment? My guess is likely not. Most problems can be solved by doing one simple thing. Just one step and you can be on your way to solving that problem in your way. That might be making that one phone call, paying that one bill, organizing that one LLC, etc. It's often not a huge, drawn-out endeavor, no matter how daunting it may seem in the moment. 2, look at the positive. If you are faced with a problem, take it on as a challenge. Try to find the way you can turn this negative into a positive. Have to evict that tenant? No problem. Now you get to learn how your eviction laws work and may even build a new relationship with a good real estate attorney. Have a flat tire? No better time to learn to change that flat than now. And 3, get creative. Like we mentioned, there are a million different solutions for every problem. Dig deep into that tool belt of yours and find the fix. Have fun with it. And 4, understand that you have never experienced a problem you couldn't solve. This may sound bold, but I challenge you to think of a problem that you didn't overcome. The fact that you are here listening to this podcast today is proof that you can overcome anything. With that perspective, the problem will pale in comparison to the things that you've already accomplished. And 5, don't stress. There's a quote by Shanti Deva that says, "If you can solve your problem, then what is the need of worrying? If you cannot solve it, then what is the use of worrying?" Don't look at problems as defeats or roadblocks. Instead, look at them as opportunities to solve challenges, grow, learn, and help others and yourself. Remember, Peter Diamandis said the best way to become a billionaire is to help a billion people. Remember, you are capable of much more than you might realize. Seek out those problems, solve them, and take them head on. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. Hey, I hope you're getting value from this show. I hope you're enjoying the great guests we've had on. And stay tuned because we have some great upcoming guests on the podcast that I'm excited to share with you. As always, for more information, resources, and to connect with me, visit www.jacobayers.com and reach out to me on social media. Say hi. Tell me what you're up to. I'd love to hear from you. I love hearing about your stories and your journeys, so feel free to reach out to me. Till next week, engineer the lifestyle you want.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.